Hi, my name is Dr. Evan Meier, and I am here to welcome you to the Music Theory Virtual Open House. If you joined our last virtual open house back in March, there are some exciting new updates to our online music theory offerings. Back in March of this year, we were already offering a handful of asynchronous online classes. But obviously a lot has changed since then. And during the time since I last did one of these virtual open houses, I've been working hard to build out a whole slate of additional online classes for youth and adult students. So let me take you through that. Before I dive into the courses, let me just tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Dr. Evan Meier. I'm the music theory chair at Levine Music. I'm a composer and a music theorist. I'm a music educator with 12 years of teaching experience, and I've designed online music theory classes at Levine since 2018. And throughout the course of this video, if you have any questions or comments, you can type those in the comments below, or you can reach out to me by email at emeyer@levinemusic.org. And I will answer the questions submitted in the chat in a Q&A at the end of this session. So I want to talk a little bit about who Levine serves as a community music school and the types of students that we offer our music theory classes to. So we will basically teach anybody. Anybody can learn music theory at Levine. We teach students at all levels of experience, and this goes from complete beginners to students who are interested in doing college level theory. So our students include youth students who take private instrumental lessons, members of instrumental ensembles and choruses, high school students looking to earn AP credit through our AP Music Theory online course, and adult learners seeking an enrichment class. We have a slate of adult classes that we're offering as well. So a common question I get asked is, what is music theory? Well, music theory is simply a way of relating to the sounds we hear when we listen to music. And musical structure is based on pattern and repetition, not dissimilar to a language. And this language is mutually intelligible by performers, composers, and listeners. The composer has some expectation of how the performer is going to understand the music, who has some expectation of how the listener is going to understand it. So in music theory, what we do is we try to identify and describe the building blocks of this language using terminology and analysis. So what can you do with music theory skills? You might be already studying an instrument, so why do you need to study this other thing called music theory? Well, you can learn how to read and write music, learn about musical notation, signs, and terms. You can learn what we call the music fundamentals of key signatures, scales, intervals, chords. Learning music theory will help improve your rhythm and counting, especially with younger students. Taking a music theory class helps them vastly improve their sight singing and sight reading ability on an instrument. We also teach ear training in our music theory courses, so that can help you learn how to transcribe music, so write down music that you're listening to, or learn how to play a song by ear. Another thing that we teach in music theory classes are skills like composition, harmony, and arranging. So how do you go about acquiring these music theory skills? And the study of music theory involves the development of both analytical skills, understanding the music you're playing or listening to, and practical skills as well. And you as a student are an active part of that skills development. You can't learn music theory just by watching a video on YouTube or watching a lecture. You have to be involved. It's just like learning an instrument. You have to practice your music theory skills. So traditionally in music theory classes, the brick and mortar kind, these skills are developed through written exercises, singing, listening, and musical analysis. Now, how does that differ online? So in our online music theory classes, we help you develop music theory skills in an interactive environment. And we offer both synchronous and asynchronous classes. These are big buzzwords in education now. A synchronous class is what you traditionally expect from a class where you have a meeting time every week and you have assignments that are due at your next meeting. An asynchronous class, on the other hand, is how many online classes have been for the past 10 to 15 years. And these are classes where you log on to an online classroom, also known as a learning management system, and you complete work at your own pace from pre-recorded materials, often using software. So we offer both of these types of classes. But all of our music theory classes also use our online classroom, our learning management system, and this features a suite of integrated software, and this is specifically music theory software that will help you develop the skills the way you would have developed these skills in a traditional class. So here are our new online classes for 2020-2021. We will have a new youth theory sequence with 5 levels. These are synchronous classes, so they have a meeting time every week, and they're for students ages 8 to 18. We're offering these classes at a discounted rate, $20 for Levine piano students and $99 for all other private students. We also have our honors theory class, and these are also synchronous advanced classes on special topics for youth students, and these are ages 10 to 18. We also have our AP Music Theory online program. This is also an asynchronous class. It's a college level course for high school students, and students who take AP Music Theory and take the AP exam at the end of the year are able to earn college credit for their work in the class. And finally, we have a new adult theory sequence. The adult theory sequence is asynchronous classes, so these are log on at any time. And there are 3 basic levels. There's basics for complete beginners who have never studied music theory. You don't even have to read or write music. Then we have intermediate and advanced. So the usual entry points for most students will be either our youth theory sequence, levels 1 through 5, or our adult sequence. So let me talk a little bit about our youth theory classes. So these are semester-long classes at 16 weeks. They have weekly Zoom sessions for discussions, group work, and other student activities. So we have these weekly sessions to help keep our students engaged, to make sure that they're staying on top of their work, and that they really feel like they're part of a community in the class that they're taking. There are also weekly pre-recorded video lessons, software assignments, and written activities in the online classroom. So this is not just a Zoom class. We also have a robust and well-designed online coursework for students to complete in the youth theory sequence. And if a student has to miss a Zoom session, they can still complete their assignments and all of these and all of the lessons by watching the pre-recorded videos. So if you find that you are potentially going to have a scheduling conflict with the class, just know that it's built in that, we know that these are enrichment classes and occasionally students are going to have to miss. So we have this set up so that, they can complete their work in the classroom outside of the Zoom session. And then we have our adult theory classes. So there are 3 levels: basics for complete beginners, intermediate, which is for musicians who have the ability to read and write music, and advanced, which is sort of a distillation of our college level curriculum into this asynchronous class for adult learners. So the adult classes are designed to be taken over 8 weeks, and each course consists of 8 units. Each unit has a video lesson, 1 or 2 assignments using integrated software, and a short quiz. And you can log on any day or time during the week to complete this work. And if you need more time, the coursework is accessible for 6 months after registration. So, I know all of our adult students have busy schedules, so if, something comes up, you can't complete the work within those 8 weeks, you actually have a full 6 months to get through your coursework. Now, we are offering a wide range of online classes. So the best way to figure out which online class is right for you or right for your child is to take our online placement test. So the link to the online placement test should be posted as a pinned comment below. So you can just follow that to take the placement test. Placement tests are not required for Youth Theory Level 1 and Adult Music Theory Basics, because these are beginner level classes. But if you want to try one of the higher level classes, we really recommend a placement test. So now I want to take you into our online classroom and just show you some of the lessons and the assignments and the software that's available to the students. So here's a look at our online classroom. This is a level 2 class that I taught over the summer. So I'm going to take you into one of the earlier lessons here. So you can see that all of the assignments are just laid out on specific due dates. So this is, let's look at 2D right here. So we have these pre-recorded lessons that you can watch. Unit 2D, half steps, sharps, and flats. In this video, we're going to talk, and it's going to be a bit of me talking about, the concept, going through the lesson, and then at a certain point in the video, and B to C. You should memorize where these white key half steps occur. We have these interactions that pop up, and these are really valuable for our youth students who need to stay engaged when they're watching a video. So I just gave a little lesson there on half steps. Half step is 1 key to the very next on the piano. So you can see this is click a key that's a half step up from the given key, so that's right there. And I'll go ahead and hit submit, and it moves on. Now, here I'm going to click in another half step. Oh wait, that should be a half step down. Let me clear that. So that's a half step down. And then we have one more half step down. The sharp. And the video resumes. So this is how the youth students can stay on top of their work in the time between the Zoom sessions. So let me show you what one of the software assignments looks like in this class. So let's look at the 2D assignment. So this is using the Musician software. So there are a number of questions here. I'm going to start a new attempt. And here I'm going to name the key that's on the keyboard. So this is going to be an F. So I click that, submit, and it gives the students automatic feedback on their work. So if I typed in an incorrect response, it shows you what the correct answer is and what your answer is. So that's one of the software titles. Musician is this music fundamentals software. Okay, so let's look at another software assignment. So let's look at 3A. here it is. So this 3A assignment is in NoteFlight. So NoteFlight is a student level music notation software, and it's how a lot of the theory assignments are completed. So in this particular assignment, we're doing stuff like writing major scales. And you can click in your notes, and one of the benefits of using notation software like this to complete an assignment is the students can play back their work to hear what it sounds like. We can see that's a correctly written major scale. Students also use this software to compose. So if you have a child who's interested in getting into composition, learning a piece of software like this is a really valuable thing. Okay, so let's look at one of the adult classes. So I'm going to go over here to the adult intermediate class, and I want to show you a lesson that's about ear training. So here I have a little video, and I go through in this video and I use well-known songs to teach certain kinds of intervals that you can hear. So the student would go through in this video, so you can see right here in the preview for the interval of a major third, you can associate it with the song "Oh When the Saints Go Marching In." Let me turn on my keyboard. Oh, when the saints, right? So that's a major third. And then the students have an assignment in the ear training software. This one is called Hearing Intervals. And in the software, it will play an interval. So that's yadam. So this is an interval called a major second, and the song you can use to associate with the major second is Happy Birthday. Happy birthday, right? So we can see that that's a major second. There's one other really cool piece of software that I want to show you, and this is something called Practice First. So Practice First is a type of software where it evaluates your performance, either singing or on an instrument. So I'm going to show you this while I sight sing something. So I'm just going to pull up one of the collections here, and I'm going to pull up this exercise. All right. So what is going to happen here is it's going to give me a pitch. I'm going to sing this melody, and it's going to evaluate me on my performance. So I'm going to switch to low voice here. And I've already demonstrated with this melody, so let me do it again. So I'm going to hit record. It's going to give me my starting pitch, and then I'll go ahead and sing it. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, mi, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Loading up, and then it can see, okay, I can see some feedback on this, so let me check. Okay, tells me I'm flat here in a few places, very sharp at the end. So I can go through and sing this again and try to tighten up that pitch a little bit. Okay. So, I don't see that we have any questions posted, so we can go ahead and wrap up there. And let me just reiterate that the best place to get started with our music theory online program is to take the placement test. So the placement test should be posted in the comments below. Make sure to click on that. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to reach out at emeier@levinemusic.org. That's EMEIER @levinemusic.org. Thanks so much.